What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the TLC YouTube channel. I sometimes forget that MILF Manor is a TLC show, and I've been flooding you guys with MILF Manor videos, so I decided to take a break from MILF Manor and do different look at those people. And you may be thinking to yourself, Chris, you look and sound like shit. That's because I do. I'm sick, and I just got done moving, so kinda got slapped with the old 1-2. So while I did tell you guys I was gonna cover some other shows, I decided to go with Old Faithful, Extreme Cheapskates, just for now until I can just feel normal again. Also, you can probably tell the fucking babes aren't even set up yet. They're still in that box down there. So we will go with Old Faithful for now. Perfect. Can't even tell the difference. Most of you didn't that one video that I had it set up the whole time and had it fall down. Some people, I think, just saw that video and think that the babes are still fake. That's on you at that point, you know? So today I found an episode of Extreme Cheapskates that's from season 1, so it's a little bit of an early one. That also might lend it to being a little bit less fake. I still think it's probably mostly fake. Everything this channel pumps out, except MILF Manor, is fake, which is very unfortunate for MILF Manor.
I slept with your best friend.
But guys, real quick, I want to go ahead and thank the sponsor of today's video, Babbel. Longtime viewers of the channel know that Babbel is no stranger to this channel. In fact, they sponsored the last Extreme Cheapskates video. I didn't even plan that. If you guys remember, I am still trying to learn Spanish. I am slacking a bit, as I do with most things. Everything. I pretty much slack on everything. But that's what's so great about Babbel. They make it easy to jump right back in no matter how long of a hiatus you've had, and it's often a long one. They make it really easy for you to go back and review past lessons, and maybe you do remember more than you think, and you can just move right on. You guys, Babbel is scientifically proven to help you start speaking a new language in 3 weeks, and they do this because they teach you through real-life conversation, so you're not just memorizing words and going out there and looking like a fool. Use Babbel to help you learn phrases like, ¿Dónde está el baño? Because if there's an establishment that I'm going to, you best believe I'm finding that bathroom. They offer a bunch of different ways to learn, whether it be through listening, speaking, writing, and even different games you can play. Now, if you find that Babbel's not right for you, they do offer a 20-day money-back guarantee, so there's no pressure. So guys, if you have been wanting to learn a new language, click my link below and get 60% off your subscription. Let me know in the comments if you are going to learn a language, what language, why? But thank you once again to Babbel for sponsoring, and now back to Extreme Cheapskates. Now, someone told me about this episode in a comment saying that he later got divorced from his wife. Now, I'm pretty sure none of that happens in this episode, so I'm not gonna, like, dive into that because that feels kind of shitty. But I wanted to throw that out there because that's the context I was thrown into this episode with.
My name is Abdul, and I am an extreme cheapskate. I love being cheap because I like the zeros in my bank account. I basically run a successful business. I have a mobile food business with the hot dog carts. This is my trusty friend here, Mr. Wiener. When I pull out my wiener, that's when the magic happens. So if I'm a little slow, I pull my wiener out, and there he goes.
Give you guys a little bit of a lesson in comedy here. What he's doing is he's making what we call in the business an innuendo. Because you think, when he says his wiener, you think that he's talking about
my husband would haggle anything and everything, whether it's a necessity or something that I may want.
I love that title. I feel like it's way more demeaning than Mind Freak Consultant on Chris Angel's show, Wife of Extreme Cheapskate. Like, you couldn't just say Shauna, Abdul's wife.
If you can make that right there, 343 in the tank.
Oh, man, I don't know if we can do that. I mean...
350.
350, okay, we got a deal.
All right, man, take care.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure that's just not a thing you can do. And I think that this is one of those they pump your gas for you states, because I don't know what that guy was just doing standing there. He does not look like an employee anywhere. He doesn't look like he's employed. It looks like he just kind of walked up and they were like, hey, we're with TLC. I know. Can you just pretend that you're a gas station attendant for just like 5 minutes at the most?
So embarrassing.
Let me get 2 bigger burgers.
So now I have said in other Extreme Cheapskates videos that there's always a time where they go to a restaurant and sit down and we get to see, you know, how they operate in that kind of environment. In this episode, this is the closest we get to that. Him just ordering and haggling a fast food restaurant.
And 2 chocolate shakes, please.
1164, I'm fresh to the window, thank you. Hi there, your total is 1164.
1164.
Correct.
How about I just get rid of the 64, let's just make it $11 even.
And I'm gonna tell you now, every time this man uses hand motions, you know he is about to haggle his ass off. You can even see the wife is fucking done with it.
Did you want to take off a shake or a burger or?
No, let's keep everything going.
Okay, well, yep, it would be $11.64 then.
Let's just take 50 cents off and let's just call it $11.50.
50 cents. How about I throw in some extra ketchup and salt packets in your bag? How about that?
My God, I am never taking you out anywhere ever again.
I don't know what's worse, like pranking a fast food worker or doing this. Imagine haggling someone for an amount of money that is less than they are getting paid per hour to deal with you. I would rather someone make a TikTok pranking me than doing this. But I do like how the guy was like, oh, you want me to give you some extra ketchup or salt packets, as if that's not like already free.
When Abdul haggles, I think to myself, this is one more store that yet again I cannot go in. You can't go in those stores again.
Now I'm wondering if this was early enough in TLC's run of Extreme Cheapskates to where if a TLC camera crew did show up at your store or restaurant, it's nothing you'd really think too much about. Like now if a TLC, Travel Channel, Nat Geo camera crew shows up at your establishment, you're like, oh, we're about to have a rough fucking day.
Right here. Yep. Don't always look at the price tag. All right.
You ready to be rung up?
Yep, we are.
Excuse me.
There he goes with the hands. God damn it.
Let me just go one by one here. Do we have any wiggle room with this this jacket here?
You know, we do try to price our things at a really good price. But what I could do is give you a $10 off.
How about another $5 off of each item?
Do you think that his success rate with haggling has something to do with the fact that his arms are the size of a small child? And if you say no to him, there's a possibility that he would just fold you up like a fucking tent?
I will do 20% off.
So we're doing the $10 off of each item.
No, I'll do a straight 20%. That brings it down to $327.
So we started at what,
$422.
$422, $327? Okay.
The fact that they saved almost $100 and he still kind of doesn't really seem satisfied.
Thanks a lot, Kat. So it's not that I don't have money, it's just that I don't want to spend it all.
That's the thing. Everyone on the show, I mean, it's why they call it Extreme Cheapskates. They're always pretty well off. They just don't want to spend it. Like they're never just poor.
It's my 10-year anniversary is coming up, and I want to do something special for my wife. But I really don't want to spend a lot of money, so I gave myself a budget of $25. So I bring my good friend Rick along.
I know I didn't want to dwell on it too much, but knowing that he gets a divorce with his wife, and this episode centers around an Extreme Cheapskate anniversary, pieces are being put together. Also, I'm pretty sure the reason people know that he got a divorce is because he has a YouTube channel, and he posted about it. So that's how that information got out there.
He wants to put this anniversary together for under $25. I'm like, you're crazy. There's no way you're gonna be able to do this.
Hey Rick, you mind buttoning that shirt up? Just one more button would do. One more button would do the job.
I don't think you can do it.
I know I can do it. $25.
It's not gonna be a very good one.
It's gonna be a great party for $25. I guarantee you we can pull this off. Rick really has never shot with me, so he never knew how I haggle or knew that I haggle at all. So I'm sure Rick is gonna be surprised today.
Today is gonna be the day that Rick realizes his friend is fucking bananas.
To me, balloons are balloons. So if the guy had some discounted balloons, it's the thought that counts.
I can check and see if I've got any clearance balloons. I got a couple laying around. I can see if I've got something.
Clearance?
Oh, look at here.
See, Gary, that's a good
Anniversary sale.
Hey, that's a good one.
You sure your wife's gonna like that though?
No, it's fine. They're colorful, they do the job.
Are you sure your wife's gonna like them? Oh yeah, these will be fine. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? She's gonna divorce me?
Do you have any other options that maybe not be as costly as that one?
I'm just totally embarrassed. We're up there at the counter, and this balloon is $2.99, and he keeps haggling this guy down.
And you fill it up with helium, right? Is that what you do?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. What if we did like 3/4 of helium?
Well, then it's probably not gonna float.
So air is cheaper than helium.
Air's cheaper than helium.
Okay.
Rick is just so fucking done. I love how just this one visit to the store is like changing the fabric of their friendship forever.
You have any more discontinued, or is this
Oh, I had one more, but it's just a police car, it looks like.
Oh, that's cool.
It doesn't say anniversary.
You don't want no police car on there, do you?
It's all about laughter, man. I'm sure this right here will strike a few laughs.
Abdul is putting together what would probably be the sickest anniversary party ever if his wife was an 8-year-old boy.
$3.75, we got a deal on that.
I can't do that. I just gave you a heck of a deal on those.
$2.25, we got a deal, Gary. Come on, Gary.
How about $2.50?
Gary, if you go $2.50, we can go $2.25.
We can go 270, we can go 250.
245, let's beat the middle.
245. Let's do 245. And we see all kinds of customers coming in the door, but I can't say as I've ever seen anybody that's been that cheap.
This is the first and last time this man is allowing a TLC camera crew come into his store.
So I walk into this store very confident, thinking I'm gonna get this cake for my wife. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it. I need a cake made.
I'm surprised at this point that Rick is still helping him run these errands. Like, maybe it's because he has no choice. He has no ride. You'd think after that first store, he'd be like, you know, I'm just gonna take the bus home.
Today, having an anniversary party for my wife. About 6 people.
Okay. We have our 10-inch round. It serves between 10 and 15. And that's $29.99.
Well, I'm kind of on a budget here.
Okay.
You know, and I'm not trying to insult your business or anything.
Doesn't matter if you're trying not to. You just are. You insulted that man's party store and you're insulting this woman's bakery.
But is there anything I could do to probably make that a little bit less than the $29.99? But what if you were to take that frosting off? What would the cake, what would it be?
I would argue it would just simply not be a cake anymore.
The frosting is all included in that price, so it's kind of like buying a car without the wheels.
Yeah, and I already did that with the minivan. Okay, let's see.
What I'm trying to do is cut this cost a lot more.
What is your budget? What are you looking to spend?
$25.
$25. Okay. Let's see. We do have
That's for the whole party.
the whole party.
Okay, dude, that's not what she fucking asked, okay? I know he's just doing it for dramatic effect. Maybe the showrunners even told him, like, hey, when she asks how much you want to pay for the cake, tell her how much you want to pay for the whole party. Wait a few seconds and then say, no, it's for the whole party. It'll annoy the shit out of her, like, a lot, but it'll make for a better TV episode.
Like, let's say, and I know this is strange, what if I were to bring some of my own ingredients?
At this point, just buy a box of Pillsbury cake mix. Like, what are you even doing?
There's health code in that. You can't. We have to purchase everything.
So I'm throwing all kinds of options at this lady, and just nothing's working.
And I love how he's, like, making it seem like she's the difficult one. Like, she won't even work with me on this. I'm trying to waste her time, and she's not having it.
Somehow we need to make this cake $7.
I'm telling you, it's those goddamn giant arms is the only reason he's gotten this far.
I don't know that we can do that.
It's a 10-inch round cake. Can we make it a 7 inches?
That's really a size we don't do.
Okay, so how about this? At the end of the day, I'm sure you guys don't use all your materials with your flour and things like that, and I'm not picky. So what if you use some of the leftover ingredients and put that in the cake?
So I think we can all agree that this party is going to suck ass, and I think his wife is going to see that when she arrives home. But imagine her watching this episode and seeing just how much work he put into not putting work into this party. This might have been the nail in the coffin.
You're killing me here.
Hey.
We do have another option. Okay. We have cake pops.
Cake pops. What does that look like? What is a cake pop?
It's layered cake, frosting, cake. Those are $1.50 a piece, so you could get 6 of them. Frosting, sprinkles, you're gonna get everything that a cake would have.
Is that made with leftover ingredients?
Yes.
Okay. Could we get that to about 75 cents?
$1.50.
Okay. 95 cents, we got a deal.
Is this not a disease? Like, really?
I have to stick with $1.
98 cents.
How about 99 cents?
99 cents, got a deal.
Perfect.
It's not even about saving money. This is a sport at this point.
It's still cake. I mean, it's unique. Everybody can have their own individual cake pop. So I think I came out better than the cake.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Well, the napkins say 16, but I'm sure we're gonna make it to 16 years of blissful marriage, so hey.
Okay, so I will admit, anytime there is any occasion, I give someone a card that has absolutely nothing to do with what we're celebrating. But it's ironic. It's a bit. It's funny. They say, "Oh, Chris, you're so funny. I'm not retiring. It's not my sweet 16. I'm not being confirmed into the Lutheran faith." But this is different. This is like I said, this is a sickness. So my guests arrive at this party and they walk in and their first reaction is, okay.
I was a little bit surprised when I came in. It was definitely different than what Rick would have done. You can't do a party like this for $25.
Hopefully Sean is happy.
I feel like if I came to this party, I would just simply not know what we were celebrating. Be like, okay, we are celebrating an 8-year-old boy's birthday / retirement / sweet 16 / anniversary sale. That is exactly the face you want your wife to make when she sees your surprise anniversary party.
How are you guys?
Look what I've done for you.
Look what I've done for you. No, look what you've done to her. You have subjected her to something. You have not done something for her.
Why are the balloons kind of hanging from everywhere?
That's an interesting story. Here's the deal with that. They have a shortage on helium. So each one of those balloons I blew.
You know, this might not be the way I would have did it for my wife, but it worked out.
Or we're using "it worked out" a little loosely, aren't we? Something did happen. I will say that there is an occasion happening. That's about it.
My wife was a little surprised at first, but she settled in, and I could tell that she knew that I really loved her.
That's exactly the way you want to describe your wife on your anniversary, that she has to settle into this party.
And it's the thought that counts in the end.
Abdul is a cheapskate, but I mean, most husbands forget anniversaries. Abdul did, he remembered it, he planned a party, he went through a lot of work to get everything all put together. 10 years. Yes, 10 years.
10 years.
This is for a 10-year anniversary? Holy shit. I guess he did put a lot of work into this. Maybe not in the ways he should have, but he definitely did. I think more than his wife, though, he had a bigger impact on the employees at those stores, being that they all probably grabbed a six-pack on the way home. But yeah, I'm glad that everything worked out, and everything will continue to work out for him and his wonderful marriage. I'm so worried this is maybe more real than I would like it to be, it being so early on. I'm just getting so tired and beaten down from TLC reality shows that are more real than they should be. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed another installment of watching people do things that we would probably not do. But I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share with your friends if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't. With all that being said, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.